It's Matt Getter with Sherlock Home Inspection. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Friday, December 11th, 2020. The address we're inspecting today is
9115 North Geneva.
The address we're inspecting today is 9115 North Geneva Avenue, Portland, Oregon 97203. We are about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer line through the laundry room cleanout. The equipment being used today is the Rigid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras on the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it has been noted that some of your sewer pipes made of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspection must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made out of cast iron, ABS 3034 or HDPE. Pipes will offer bait fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, bellies, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. We are in 3-inch cast iron pipe. We are running some water from the laundry room sink that we should see joining our pipe momentarily. Right from the get-go, because of the older cast iron pipe, it would be highly recommended to have a sewer scope performed every 2 years, keeping an eye on things. Here we're going to get some good news. It looks like we're going to transition into ABS. So there's an ABS section, and here's where we see our laundry room water joining us here. So plastic piping spliced in to join the laundry room pipe. And then we're going to go back to cast iron. So again, right from the get-go, even if we don't see any issues today, this is older piping, and it will be highly recommended to have a sewer scope performed periodically, keeping an eye on things. We are running just pretty much straight as an arrow to the road in front of the house. There's 35 feet. So after about 35 feet, we still have a pretty nice, strong downhill flow to the water. We haven't seen any cracking offsets, so we've seen nothing except for older pipe up to this point. We're going to transition here. So this signifies a few things. It signifies transition in pipe size. So we're going from 3-inch cast iron into 3-inch cast iron into a much larger concrete pipe, probably like an 8-inch concrete pipe. This signifies transition in pipe material. So we're going from cast iron into concrete. Pipe size, 3-inch pipe into much larger, probably 8. And then lastly, we're transitioning into the city branch piping. And even though we enter into city branch piping here, technically all of this will be buyer owner responsibility throughout the entire length. So we're going to splice pipe sizes here. So we're going from the old concrete into, it looks like, plastic piping here. So as we come down here, we're heading towards the sidewalk, or right about the sidewalk area. We're going to transition into the city branch piping, which looks like it is PVC. And at that junction, then we go underwater. So we have a little bit of a water belly there. and then we pop out of it. And then we drop into the city lateral. So there's a plastic splice right there before the city lateral at about 56 feet. So the majority of the pipe still is older cast iron. We would highly recommend keeping an eye on it. I think you have to go into this knowing that, you know, it's older pipe, it could be original, and most likely this will need to be updated in the future, and we'll keep our fingers crossed that it just keeps on going and going. But at some point this will most likely need to be updated into modern plastic piping material. At this point, if you take a snapshot of the property currently today, it does appear to be in working condition and would pass inspection. We're going to turn off the water, we're going to drain everything out, we're going to look at the pipe one more time in reverse. But unless we see something significantly different on the pullback, again, it looks like the pipe is going to pass inspection. But again, we have an older pipe here, definitely something we're going to want to keep an eye on. And then again, just being realistic going into this, knowing that at some point this will most likely need, they've already put some plastic piping in here, and it'll most likely need some updating in the future. So we're going to turn off the water now. We're going to wait for everything to drain out of there. We're going to look at the pipe one more time. And there was a water belly here right at the somebody spliced in some plastic piping, like I said. So we're curious to see with the water off now what happens in that area. If the water drains on out of there, then we're feeling a lot better about things. But there is a little bit of water belly, which again is just one more reason to keep an eye on things. Here's that belly. Water is almost drained out, so we'll give it another 20-30 seconds. A lot of steam coming up the pipe, sewer gases and stuff like that. Kind of fogging everything up. Alright, with the water off, here we go into that transition. Camera head goes underwater at about 50, almost 52 feet, and we come out at about 53 and a half, so about 1.5 foot water belly. Transition, and there's definitely the most amount of deterioration that we see in the pipe right here. So as we turn, there is definitely some deterioration there, possibly even some beginning stages of damage or separation right as we drop into the lateral. So you could also pass the video onto the city to deem necessary repairs if they do anything about this area here. But right at that little coupler that connects to the city lateral, looks like there could be a little bit of minor damage or separation there. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to pass it on to them and see if they deem any necessary repairs. There's the lateral, and it's that last little ring, that last little coupler before we drop in there. Here's that splice, again about 1.5 foot where the camera head goes underwater. Back to the cast iron now.